Hello everyone and welcome back to FailRace versus Community. We're going back to some older races. We got some B-class racing I think here with the Ferrari F355 here at Laguna Seca. Starting from 20th place, we move over to cover the inside. Of course, you remember back, we thought maybe carrying a bit too much aero in this cars, and it shows down towards turn 1, losing out to the Supra as well as a Lexus on the outside. Through the hairpin, we stick to the inside. We gain a couple of positions back from those getting caught up on the outside. We're going to be on the outside here, just getting backed up a little bit. Car off in the sand as we make our way through the opening sector, just not having anywhere to go here. We have the grip to carry more speed, just nowhere to go with it. And with that, we're actually going to drop back down to last place here as we head into the left-hander. Stevie looking to the outside. Couple of cars get tangled up forcibly together, I think, so we'll gain a couple of positions back up to 19th now as we head through the quick left-hander, heading up towards the corkscrew now. Another car getting onto the sand a little bit. That was Rusky, but they're able to stay in front as we head now up into the corkscrew. A car going to ghost mode as I just misjudging their braking. Steve there losing out. Rusky will be on the outside too for this left-hander here. Looks like they'll have the grip. Just hold on, we just clip the anti-cut and we now look to the inside of the right-hander. See if we can try and get a move here, but we don't. Not quite far enough alongside to get that place. Shadows trying to come back at us after getting got up in an instant earlier on the opening lap here, but isn't able to do it. Gets into the back of Gib Gob. They lose control, struggling with traction, and so we'll pull clear in 18th place. Now we'll cut to nearly halfway around on the second lap here. Car Nitro there kicking up quite a bit of sand on the apex. We're going to be side by side up towards the quick left-hander here. Through the left-hander, that's really going to cause some time. They're fighting to keep it on the track. We're going to hold to the left as Nitro trying to hold on there on the right-hand side. We'll just get in front of them. Looking to the outside a little bit of Stevie. Nitro was looking to the outside of us. We nearly made it 3 wide, but as we head into left-hander, doors open on the inside. We're going to throw our car up the inside, and there'll be 2 free positions for us. I say free. We'll be able to grab those 2 positions. Stevie tries to follow us through on the inside into the penultimate corner, but we'll be up to P13 now. We cut forward to by halfway through lap 3 now, as we've come to a purple car. Absol now struggling with grip a little bit, running wide there. As we head up to the left-hander, they'll have the acceleration to pull back in front. We'll have to tuck in line for the left-hander, getting a little bit sideways there, but they hold on to the car. And once again, they have the acceleration. The car spun there, but I think they were lapped down, or no, we're up to P12 now, sorry. So as we head through the corkscrew, as Absol getting a poor run out of the corkscrew, that gives us the opportunity, just enough space to get down the inside of the left-hander, and we'll get up to P11 now, trying to start chasing down the 2 cars in front of us as we head towards the final corner. Absol does have the acceleration, so they might, if they have a good run here out of the final corner, they might be able to come back at us. We get a little twitch through the mid part of the corner and run wide onto the sand a bit. I'll certainly allow Absol to get back through into P11 as we start lap 4 here. That's still our fastest lap of our race despite that mistake. As we now cut towards the end of lap 4, we've cut back up to Absol. We're going to have a little lick to the inside of the penultimate corner, not quite far enough to get alongside. Absol will have given us the space though. We're looking to the outside of the final corner, so not really anything. Not going to be able to do much here. We'll hold it side by side out of the final corner, but the acceleration of that purple car just pulls them well clear. So we'll cut to halfway round on lap 5 now. Absol getting another big slide through the left-hander. Will nearly get alongside, but the acceleration just saving Absol there. Starting to have Grumples now on behind us towards the corkscrew, putting pressure on us as we head now through this left-hander. Just too far back this time to make a move on Absol. Running a little bit wide ourselves. So as we head to the penultimate corner, we're not quite close enough to do anything here. One car in front gets on the sand a little bit. We also dip a couple of wheels in through the final corner, just getting backed up by Absol, costing us time. They'll pull away with the acceleration, but now Grumples is going to have a bit of acceleration on us. How much is the question? It's going to be quite a bit. We force them to the outside, but it won't matter. They'll pull clear as we head towards the hairpin, braking for the hairpin. We're a little bit late, getting to the back of Grumples, and just back up not to take any advantage from that contact. But yeah, losing out and falling down to 13th place now. As we head to later now on the final lap, coming up to the corkscrew. Grumples has got past the red car in front, and we're now trying to make a move on Absol. Absol gonna cover the inside here. We were just a little bit too far back to make a move there, but they get big slide through the left-hander, so we're going to get to the inside of the penultimate corner. We're going to be a little further in front, have to leave space on the outside for Absol. They're going to pull back in front just as we head into the final corner. We're going to try and hold it around the outside. As we know from before, it's not going to mean much. We just get in front, so we try and pull over to defend. Absol does get to the inside, and we'll have the acceleration to take P12 from us at the end. Another race, much like the two races we had when from the original week of these races, just struggling for straight line speed and the bad grid position. We still made up 7 places, but we definitely could have had a lot more pace that we weren't able to show, getting stuck behind other cars. Now for our second race, we move to Suzuka. We'll hopefully favour our car a little bit more, but we'll have to wait and see. Off the line, we pull over to the right hand side to take the inside. We're going to lose a place on the outside after starting 13th. Trying to have a look to the inside, maybe running a little bit too deep, misjudging the concertina. We're nearly 3 wide, couple of cars getting caught up in an instant on the outside. Seen on the replay, but we're going 13th as we head into the S's. We'll get to the outside of Nitro and get up to P12. As now Alex finds a little look up the inside of Glisker, not quite the space there. Maybe there will be on the inside here. A couple of cars just getting together, backs us up. Unfortunately, can't do anything there. As we head now through Dunlop curve, getting a bit of a slide out of there. Drops us back from the cars in front. Alex is closing up on us. Will he go to the outside, the inside for Degner 1? No, it stays in line. So we'll take the apex, try and close backwards, try and go for a dive on the light blue car, which also went for a dive on Glisker. Things got a bit messy there. The light blue car losing out quite a bit. Glisker still on our left hand side, so we come up to the hairpin. We're going to have to go to the outside. Glisker sending it on Hordes. Maybe a return of service will get that place back from Hordes. Alex in the background getting a bit of force. Will drop back. And we're cutting out to start the second lap into the S's. We're behind a RX8 who is struggling a little bit through the S's. We managed to get alongside, get to the outside. Can we hold around the outside? We just get onto the grass, sliding around again. That's going to allow the RX8 to get back past on the outside, but we're still going to be there. Can we hold it around the outside of Dunlop curve? We try and commit, get to the par. We're side by side, and we do get in front once again of the RX8 up to P10 now. We're looking to try and close in on the cars in front of us. We cut to later in the lap. The RX8 though is trying to come back on us. They have the straight line speed, so we have up to Spoon. We're going to defend. Will be the inside for Spoon. The RX8 pulls in front. We're going to hold it to the inside though. Give the RX8 plenty of space. They don't have the grip to hold it around the outside. We're going to get passed by an E-Type behind us as well. But there's going to be another straight here as we start making the run up towards 130R. The RX8 and E-Type side by side. Looks like the E-Type though is just able to pull in front. The E-Type's going to pull to our inside, and we're going to be 2 by 2 pulling in front of the purple car. We had a big momentum. The E-Type running a little bit deep into 130R, so we get a cutback, and we're able to hold on 10th place for now as we head into the Casio Triangle chicane. Going to need a good run through here. The cars behind us have more straight line speed than us. It looks like the cars behind the E-Type get tangled up a little bit. They fall back a little bit. The purple car Absol sort of holding the RX-8 up. The E-Type now will come through with their straight line speed. Maybe we'll be able to get them back through the S's. As we head into turn 1, Absol just a bit too far back to make a move. The E-Type runs a little bit wide. We try and get to the inside of turn 2. The heat type sliding a bit as they try and close down the door. We just had their nose in and they just left us enough room, but they'll just get in front for the S's and we'll have to follow them through. Will we be able to find an opportunity through here? It doesn't quite look at it. We're thinking also, can we maybe catch up to the cars in front? Trying to think a little bit of bigger picture. We cut towards the end of lap 3. You can see the E-Type has made up position. We're behind Gib Gob in their Chevrolet, I believe that is. A couple of cars got a bad run out of the chicane, getting tangled together a bit, so we're going to see if we can get to the inside with a bit of a run here. I think we're nearly 4 wide here as we head towards turn 1. This could end in disaster. One car backs out. We try and hold it in on the inside. The E-Type pulls ahead on the inside, and the car that initially backed out is able to sweep through and get back up to P9 as BP start losing out on the outside. Did not end well for them, but as we head through the middle portion now on lap 4, trying to have a look to the inside of the second diagoner. They leave us the space but don't quite have it. They are able to hold it around the outside and we'll pull back in front. Can we maybe think about move up the inside of the hairpin? We have a look, but we realise it would be sensible. Out of the hairpin now, we get the power down well, but we don't quite have the acceleration though. So we're going to cut now to the start of the final lap, still behind the Chevrolet. See if we can make a move through the S's or so. The Chevrolet gets a little bit wide on the curb, slides a little bit wide. We try and stick our nose up the inside of turn 2, trying to hold them to a tighter line into the S's. They run a little bit deep, a little bit wide for the first apex. Can we get round the outside of the second apex? We're going to try our best using all of the curb on the exit of the second part. Gives us the inside for the third part and we'll get the move done. We've just got to hold on to it now through the right-hander, and we were able to extend the gap by a little bit, so we would be clear enough down the straights. So come the end of the race, it'll be P9. An alright race. We did get stuck in traffic a little bit, but we were still able to make up a few places up to P9. By fastest lap, we didn't have much more pace, didn't have any pace on the cars in front, so maybe we wouldn't have been able to challenge those cars, but we never really got a truly clean lap, so we'll never know for sure. We're now going to jump forward a couple of weeks to when we were running the Ferrari 512 here at a wet Hockenheim. It's a bit of a poor start, not getting the traction down. Starting 6th and falling to 7th already as we head to turn 1. It'll be single foul, or maybe not into turn 1. We get dive bombed by a Porsche behind that pushes us a little bit wide. So we'll be side by side as we head down towards turn 2. We're just going to try to take it a little bit safe. The Porsche trying to look to the inside of the red car. We'll get into their door as well. Green Porsche hordes getting spun unfortunately as well in that, but we'll hold on to 6th place in the end where we started as we head down the back straight towards the hairpin. We're closing in on a classic silver Porsche. We'll just get to the inside, start of the braking zone, but we'll not be able to hold it on the inside in the braking zone. They do run a little bit wide as well with the red Porsche. We try and get the power down on the exit of the hairpin, struggle a little bit, having quite a bit of wheel spin. The silver Porsche pulls back in for in the meantime, but doesn't have the acceleration, so we'll pull ahead into the right-hander. The Porsche backs out. Now we're going to hold the inside to try and cover up from this other Porsche, but they're going to send it down the inside on the grass anyway. Quite a stupid move there from them. But yeah, they'll send it off the track. Funny enough, grass is slippery, especially in the wet. And I'll guess we'll be in P5 now after getting past the silver Porsche as well. Let's head into the stadium section now. We've got Ollie behind in a blue Alpine, I believe that is. We're hang up into the hairpin. Ollie closing up a little bit. Don't quite know what how our car compares to Ollie yet, so just go try and hold on to this place for now as we head through the final few corners. Ollie looks like to have had a bit of a run into the penultimate corner, but wasn't quite close enough to make a move. Just trying to make sure we don't open the door on the inside for Ollie. Try and get the power down, get a good exit onto the start-finish straight. A little bit of sliding around. Ollie getting a much better exit. We'll pull to the inside towards turn 1, and we're just going to back out of this one in the end. Ollie really sending in maybe a bit too deep in turn 1. We see if we can maybe get a better run through turn 1, but try and get the power down. Car sliding about all over the curb as well. Ollie's gone and already made up a couple of positions as we cut to the stadium section of lap 3 of the group ahead, and we're trying to close in on that group ahead as they all squabble against each other. Hordes now catching back up to us after their spin on lap 1. We know they're going to be much faster than us in these conditions with the grip that green Porsche has, so we just let them through. But as we head through the final couple of quarters, and Pega now also closing up on us. As we have the final corner, and Pega's right on our tail, but doesn't have the acceleration. We'll drop back down to start finish straight into turn 1. We're closing up on Shadow's red Porsche. We'll try and get a good run, a little bit of slide on the exit once again, and Pega closes up through turn 1 once again, so we're going to go defensive towards turn 2. We get the on the brakes, Shadow getting held up behind the Concertina, leaves the inside door open. We'll try and get it moved on, get a little tap front, and Pega really steps the car out as we struggle for traction. Shadow then just goes lead us onto the grass, compromising our exit onto the back straight. So we'll have to see, will we have the straight line speed? Shadow not running any arrows, so it's going to be a bit tight on the straight line speed. We're going to have a look to the inside, see if we can get to the inside on braking. Not quite close enough. Shadow is a little bit deep into the hairpin, though. We try and get the move done on the hairpin, but again, we don't have the traction. And Pega, great traction in their touring car, will get the move done. You can see, though, the acceleration really struggling in, I believe that is the Vorg touring car. And Pega, though, struggling on the brakes, locking up, sliding into the back of a different red Porsche. That's Liam this time. But we'll have to sell for P8 here as we come into the stadium section, probably the weaker part of the track for our car. As we head in here, though, Liam a little bit wide in that red Porsche. Just going to allow Pega to get alongside. So they head up towards our pin. Is Pega going to look to the outside? Yeah, they are. They're going to have a little look. They're not sort of fully committed to it, but they have the grip to keep the car alongside. It's going to give them the inside to the penultimate corner. And we're just trying to stay close enough to this fight, trying maybe see if there's an opportunity to get by them a little bit wide. And Pega going for a move on Shadow already through the final corner, trying to get the power down, using third gear to minimise wheel spin, but just get a bit wide into the gravel. That's going to cost us quite a bit of time. Luckily, we had a gap far enough back to Grumbles to hold on to P8, and we unfortunately wouldn't quite be able to close up on the pack in front to join the battle for effectively for the lead. That was sort of split between the lead and for P5. But yeah, we'll have to take P8, losing a couple of positions over the race. But yeah, we ultimately just didn't quite have the pace of those in front of us. And a little bit messy for myself too, a couple of mistakes running into the gravel too. If we didn't make that mistake, we could have been in that fight maybe for P5. But yeah, that mistake costing us. That's going to do it for this episode of FailRace versus Community. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.